Let's begin. Today we'll see how we'll create a generic method for a drop down. Now here I will create one class generic method for drop down. Take the main method and close this. Now what I will do, I will copy paste these four lines. Now what I will do, I'll take this one, this URL and paste it here. Now if we want to open this web page, open this. Here you can see that there are so many drop downs available in this web page. Now what we will do, we will automate these two, this one and select state. These two will automate. Let's see here what are there. Here you can see that 1 2 3 4 5, these are the values available in that drop down. And if you want to automate this one, let's inspect this. There are 1 2 3 4 5. So what we can do, this one we'll see. Okay, what we can do, we will automate these two web elements. First one is this one and second one is this one. Here also values are same and here also the values are same. So to get good clarity, we'll take these two web elements. First we'll spy this web element label. Now here you can see that this is the demo cover id is there. So we'll copy that, and what we'll do, we'll create one select class, select cover equal to new select driver dot find element by dot id, and id we have copied. We paste it here, demo cover. Now what we'll do, we'll create one more select class for this select state. We'll spy this. Here you can see that the ID is given for this web element, that is demo label. We'll copy this and we'll create one more select class for that. Select state equal to new select. Here you can see this is capital letter. Select. Now driver dot find element by dot id, this will copy here. Now what we'll do, cover, will take that object covered by select by value. Then again here first one will spy this one, inspect this web element. Then here you can see that the values are given in terms of 1 2 3. We will take this. Okay, we'll take 3. Then pass this in inverted commas, because it's not a index, it's a value. So we have to pass this in inverted commas. Then select state dot select by index will do. We'll take 1. And what we'll do, we'll run this. Let's see how it's, is it working or not. Now you can see the index has been selected and this in this label 3 is being selected. Now what happens if you have so many drop downs in a menu? Let's say if there are 10 drop downs in a single web page, and if you want to create 10 select classes for each web element, then it doesn't look good and it's not a good approach also. So what we'll do, we'll just comment this. We'll create one generic method so that we'll comment all this. Now what I will do, I will create one generic method, public static void select drop down. And what we'll do, web element ele string. I'll explain why I'm doing this. Value first. Let me make the okay. Now here you can see that here you can see that okay, I have made this method static so that there is no need to create the object. We can call this directly from the class. Now here in here we'll create, if we look here, and this is also one web element that is label, and this is also a web element that is also label. What we'll do, we'll create one web element cover equal to driver dot, we'll copy this, wait a minute, we'll copy this driver dot find element. Now we have to import this web element, import web element. Now for same, we'll copy this one, second one, driver dot for select state, control V. Now this is also a web element, web element, we'll name it as select state. Okay. Now here what I have did, I have created two XPaths driver dot find element. I have created here, let's see, wait a minute. Okay, here you can see that this one for ID, this is the driver dot find element by cover ID, by dot ID demo cover for this one, and select state. Okay, select state for this one. Now what we have did is, I have created one method, and in that method web element, these web elements are called, and the variable name is ele, and the value. That means if I want to select anything in both the web elements, we will pass those value in this method so that we can call it. Now in this we will create one select class, select drop down equal to new select. What we have to select, we have to select the web element, and here web element is ele. Now what we'll do, drop down, we'll create one generic method, drop down dot get options. Now if you take the cursor here, you can see that this is the list of web elements. Copy this, control C, and paste it here, control V. Now we'll make these options, all the options. Here you can see that we are getting all the options, so the name of the variable is, I have just named it as options. Now what we'll do, we'll create one for loop for options, option, options. This option is of web element type. Web element option. We have to import this list. Wait a minute. Okay, we'll leave it up to. Now what we'll do, here you can see that drop down dot get options. We got all the option from that web element, and that web element either by cover or by select state, and that cover you have called by id, and that select state you have called by id. Now for this what we'll do, and all the options are passed to option, and that is a web element. Now what we'll do, we'll create one if loop. If option dot get text dot equals value. Now what we'll do, option dot click and break the loop. Now here you have to import this, import list. Now we'll web driver, what we'll do, we'll make this web drivers public static web driver. Now here we'll pass this driver. Okay, here you can see that what all you have. Instead of creating multiple select classes for each of the web element, let's say if there are 10 or 20 or 5 select class drop downs are there in a web page. Instead of creating select class for each one of them, what we'll create one web element and one method, and through this method we can call all the values that are needed, that are necessary, or that are the demand from the customer. Now what happened, I have here, you can once again we'll see it. Here you can see that I have created a method, web element and string value. Here I have in this, if you create generic method, there is only one select class is there. Select drop down select, and this web element I have passed here. And from this drop down we get all the options, and all the options are stored in options. And this here you can see that from that options we are passing it to option, and this is a web element. Then from that, if option dot get text, from this option all the options are passed here, and from that option we'll get the text. And if that text is equals to value, here you can see that if you want to pass some value here and those are equal, then click that element and break. Now what we'll do, we'll call this method in both of the in these web elements. Now this is select drop down, right? Select drop down, call this method, then cover, which web element cover, then which value you want to pass. Let's see here, 3. Okay, here you can see select by value 3, that was select by index value 3, that was showing 3. Now for this web element, what we'll do, we'll again call that method, select drop down, and which web element, select state, and which value you want to pass. Here you can see select state, which value you want to, for Alaska, ALA, SKA. Okay, we'll pass ALASKA, Alaska. Now these values are passed here, and this value is passed here, and both are matched, then only this is the string value. Now what happens, it iterates all the value. When this value and this value got equal, then only that option got clicked and it comes out of the loop. Now save it. We'll run it now. Run as Java application. Here you can see Alaska and tree has been selected. So in this way we can create a generic method instead of writing multiple select class. Now if you want to here you can see, we'll check another one. Let's spy this. Which one is there? Arizona. Okay, we'll pass this Arizona. And here 1 2 3 4 5, these are available. I will pass 5. These are the values I am passing now. Save it and run it again. It's got open, and here Arizona is selected and 5 is selected. In this way we can create a generic method. By creating a method, in that method we'll get the all the options from drop down and save it in options. And for from for loop, we'll pass all the options to options, and from that option we'll get the text. And if that text is equals to the value that we are passing, then only click it will click and come out of the break. Okay, thank you.